Let us discuss next topic of this chapter, that is plant tissues. Tissue introduction we finished, and today we are going to discuss about plant tissues. As I taught you earlier, plants are having growth throughout their life. Whenever we have the breaking of any parts of the plant, plants are having a regeneration capacity and they reproduce, and we can say they regenerate lost parts. That is the unique capacity plants are having. And how this capacity they have, that is a matter of discussion. They have all the time regeneration capacity due to special kind of tissues, and these tissues we call meristematic tissues. In case of the plants, we have two kinds of tissue. Plant tissues are divided into two kinds. First one is meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue. And the second one is permanent tissues. Meristematic tissues and permanent tissues, these are the two kinds of tissue. When we see permanent tissue, there is a simple and complex. Permanent tissues is again divided into simple and complex. Simple and complex. We will have the detailing of this one, but what is the basic difference of meristematic and permanent? Permanent tissues, they do not have capacity of division. Here we are writing this one, don't have capacity to redivide, don't have capacity of division. That's why they are permanent. And when we take about that one, this kind of tissue, meristematic tissues are having all the time division of capacity of division. They keep on dividing and forming new kinds of cells, and then we have the formation of tissue. So we have that capacity of division. Meristematic tissues, they are having capacity of division, and when we have this one capacity of division, and this is the reason behind, they are dividing and forming new cells, and then new cells are making group, and we have the formation of tissue. And these kind of tissues are responsible for the formation of new parts of the plant. That's the reason behind plants are able to grow throughout the life. You see in your book, page number 2 is there, tissue made up of actively dividing cells. Those tissues are called meristematic tissue, or we are also calling meristem. That is the definition, and I also explained you those tissues which are having capacity of division, they are dividing and redividing in again and again in their life, forming new tissues. Those tissues are known as meristematic tissue, and we know that they are having the responsibility of the growth. We can see the various parts of the plants are growing, that plants are growing in height, plants are going in width also, width is also increasing, and whenever we have that one formation of branches are also growing. It means there are various places meristematic tissues are situated and enabling plant to grow and flourish. One by one we'll take all the characteristics. See, first one is the cells actively divide to produce new cells. That one, simple one. The cells have large nuclei and vacuoles are absent. So in case of the plant cells, large vacuoles are there. Here vacuoles are absent. Based on the location, meristematic tissues are divided into 3 types. In your book only 2 types are there. So let's take based on location. Here I am making location. When you see, so when you understand various places of plants, so what we are getting here, we have branches as well, like this, branches as well. Here is also branching is there, and when we observe, plants are having a various places, and in branching we have the formation of leaves are also there. This is the place. This one is known as apex. It means that one upper tip is known as apex, and here we have also the presence of meristematic tissue. These meristematic tissue are also known as meristem. In your book it is given, and this is known as apical meristem. I think it is the simplest way to understand those meristematic tissue which are situated at apex. This one, apex is the portion. Tip is known as apex. Those meristem we are calling apical meristem or apical meristematic tissues, responsible for the growth of height. And here is also the presence of the meristem, like this. It is known as lateral meristem. And when we take about lateral meristem, they are dividing and forming new cells, and we will have the shifting in this way. See that one. Formation, they divide, and formation of new cells in this way. They shift like this, and when they shift like this, new cells are that one shifting like this. We have that one growth in width. Width is increased. These are the 2 kinds of meristem which we have to discuss, and we discussed actually. See that apical meristematic tissue and lateral meristematic tissue, the description I gave you, apical is responsible for the growth of apex, and lateral meristematic tissue is responsible that one growth of width, and this is also increase in girth or thickness of the plant. That is also you can write. And as long as plants are going, they need strength, and that strength is coming due to the lateral meristem and their division. I hope you have understood. Next turn we'll discuss about permanent tissue. All the students are requested to draw this diagram and write all the important points related to apical meristem, and you will have to send to me your notes regularly whenever I am sending any class. Introduction I taught you. In the introductory portion you have to write about tissues, and meristematic tissues and permanent tissues we started in detailing. We are going to discuss about all the points one by one. Today I taught you about the meristematic tissue, and next video will discuss about permanent tissue.